Okay, so there's a group of physicists, researchers in Brazil promoting a non-commutative cosmology of the universe. And I discovered this last night after watching a really excellent video on the Schrodinger equation and why it has the imaginary number in it. Let's see if I can link that video. Um, anyway, the let's see. There's probably half a dozen researchers um, working with an advisor, Demeter Hajimichev. Let's see what this guy's up to. Demeter Hajimichev. Yeah, professor. Um, so basically they corroborate what I've been saying, which is that if you have non-commutative space-time. Whoops, I got some spirulina on my mustache or something. But um, you don't need. It's essentially the same as dark energy and dark matter, and also explains quantum wormholes. And yeah, so this guy is leading the research, Demeter Hajimichev, in Rio Grande do Sul Federal University. I'll put his good morning. Okay, so this is the guy who's leading the research, but unfortunately, he got um, the co-author is this professor in Mexico who is the editor for some kind of predatory journal that's been outed as a um, um, fake academic journal because it's a for-profit journal where you pay to get published kind of thing instead of like a real peer-reviewed journal. And so I don't know why they would um, associate with that guy because that guy in Germany, or he's German, but he's not like doing the research. He's just like helping get it published. Um, so their main point is that you don't need it. The non-commutativity also explains cosmic inflation. And essentially, you have like this pre 4D space time of the universe in the cosmic inflation. It also explains the acceleration of the universe at the cosmic boundary that beyond the observable universe. And um, it's pretty much like similar to Roger Penrose's cosmology. Um, but they argue that the that at the foundation there's no time, and time is just a byproduct of the entropy of the observable universe, and the um foundation of reality is just sort of like fifth dimensional wick rotation that also has the previous universe embedded in it, the information of it. Um, yeah, so this is the this is the professor who's been advising the research, and like I said, there's probably like maybe 10 researchers in Brazil that are promoting this cosmology and have papers published. Here's the list of the researchers. Um, go. So one, I'm gonna take out Peter Ojas because that's the guy in Mexico, and he edits this predatory journal, and he's not actually doing the research. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Yeah, 10 researchers. So I found a talk on the non-commutative cosmology by one of the Brazilian researchers. It's in Portuguese, obviously, but I just used Google Translate for the captions and it worked out pretty well. I mean, you got to already kind of know the subject because Google's Translate's going to get it wrong in some words. Let's see. Yeah, I have that talk. I'm trying to see. Do, do, do. So they also argue that at the infrared limit, the universe then becomes commutative instead of non-commutative, and so the non-commutativity is like what dominates in the both the inflation, cosmic inflation, and the acceleration of the universe, whereas the observable universe is commutative. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, I understand where they're coming from, but you have to factor in the effect of commutative geometry as a um, cosmology on biology, and because when you observe something, that's a byproduct of biology, and that's kind of the main point of Brian Josephson, who he's trying to recreate biology as the foundation of physics, and he's not interested in non-commutativity though, so but at least he's trying, and I admire that he's putting biology first. And but also this talk in Portuguese, he admits that the concept of information in this model is very mysterious because like they talk about, the geometry doesn't have any points in the non-commutative geometry, but it has intervals, and the intervals are overlapping with the future and the past. And so you convert it to derivatives, but the derivatives go in both directions. They go from left to right and right to left, and that's what makes it non-commutative. And that's what Basil J. Haley talks about this too, of course. Um, and so what's interesting is that in in the Schrodinger equation, this other video, I should find the link for that other video. It's really great. Um, let's see if I have it. Uh, I don't. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Yeah, so this video here, this physicist just released this analysis of the imaginary number in the Schrodinger equation, and the paradox is that I can't. Let's see, it's hard to remember all the details, but essentially, you have an exponential function um, that's also complex. It's a complex wave that has an exponential function, and the problem is that the exponential just goes into asymptote, um, and so you need a way to have the wave rotate um, while maintaining its value for um, the energy, for the probability of the energy, and so that's what the imaginary number does, is that it's causes the wave to rotate, but as a standing wave that's not um, fluctuating in the value, and so it comes out equaling to the probability from having the wave squared when it's an imaginary function of the exponential. But the problem is that that exponential is of the imaginary. It has both the real and the imaginary in it, and that was David Bohm's big point, is that you have to separate the real and the imaginary in the Schrodinger equation, and then that's how you get this quantum potential that's actually non-commutative in the phase of the energy or something like that. So it's you end up getting amplitude in the denominator, and the because it's in the denominator, it's not limited by space. It doesn't The phase does not decrease um, with distance, and so that's why you get the quantum entanglement as the non-locality. And what Roger Penrose argues is that this is beyond any spatial scale, and it's actually based on time itself. So they have, like, the meaning of non-commutativity is debatable because these cosmologists in Brazil are arguing that it's actually spatial and not based in time. But when you come at it from frequency as being inverse to time, then the energy um, is is based in time and not space, and that's such a difficult concept for physicists to accept that I can see why this research group would reject it and just say, oh, it's just from space directly without time. So it's these kind of subtle differences that prop up. Okay, so here's the lecture in Portuguese on non-commutativity. Did I already link that? Yeah, so let me see what this guy's fields of interest, education and beyond. So I'm just looking up the advisor for this whole research group, Dmitry Hadjimechev. Hadjimechev. Okay, so okay, let's see. All right, so that website's from like 25 or 15 years ago, so it's not doesn't get into non-commutativity. Here we go. Yeah, one of the researchers at San Diego State, and um, see if this guy has anything online. Okay, so look up proton. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, I already looked this guy up. Yeah, let's see if there's anything. Hmm. Okay, he gave a talk 3 years ago. I'm just looking at whoops, the one guy, part of this research group. He's um in the US, but I doubt he gets into the topic. But so anyway, do, 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 there's yeah, so they're published in several different journals. Do, do, do. Yeah, that website's even older. So this journal is the oldest astronomical journal in the world. They got published in here. Yeah, so they've been published in some good journals, some top science journals. Um, but it doesn't look like anybody has picked up their research, so it's kind of like been ignored. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna see if there's anything else in here. Wait, 2 years ago. Oh no, no. Okay. Oh, this is the guy's talk. Yeah. Did he get published? Let me see if I got Tiago Oliveira Ferreira. I'm gonna type this guy into Google Scholar. So this is the name of the guy who gave the talk on non-commutative cosmology on YouTube, and we'll see if he's in Google Scholar. So I sent this to somebody in Brazil who's been a long time reader of my research. Yeah, here we go. Tio Ferreira, translate. He's a PhD student in Canada. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, so he's in University of Waterloo now in Canada. That's interesting. Mm, applied mathematics. Okay. Right. I'm gonna leave it at that. This is, it's real research, but it's just been kind of ignored. And I think it has to be connected to biology. Yeah. So he's got a paper, but it's in Portuguese. Let me see. I think this was like his PhD thesis. Yeah, some kind of graduate thesis, astrophysics, Porto Alegre. Oh, it's for his bachelor's degree. Oh, okay, interesting. That's kind of cool. All right. Okay, so mm, mm, mhm. All right, so I'll keep looking into this. See this guy. Hmm. Okay, this guy's a full professor. He coordinates the Hadron Research Group. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna look him into. I think I already looked him into YouTube. Right. I searched him before and I didn't find anything into. Um, he's not on YouTube. So okay, here's his research site. Yeah, so you got some. He seems to be. There's a couple professors that are leading the research. Yeah, oh, he's authored books on it. Yeah, he's on Amazon. Astrophysics with compact stars, cultural astronomy in Latin America. Well, $94. That looks kind of interesting. Do. New states of matter, but he doesn't get into non-commutativity. Nope, doesn't have any. Um, Yeah, that looks like a cool book. Nothing here on non-commutativity. Let's see. Yeah, that's not. So its research page doesn't list it either. I'll just keep digging, but it's obscure. There's the one talk is by an undergraduate student, and they're publishing recent new publications, but they're not. I don't know if they're presenting at conferences because usually those will get uploaded to YouTube. Um, so non-commutative algebra induces delayed accelerated growth of both the universe's wave function and the corresponding scale factor. Non-commutative foiled quantum gravity captures short and long scales of spacetime, leading to an evolutionary cosmic dynamic through a topological reconfiguration of the primordial cosmic matter and energy content. As a driver of spacetime cosmic acceleration. This is well, so Dmitry Hodjimichev or whatever. He actually submitted the paper, so he's the lead author, I guess. Hmm. Oh, Cornell. Oh, he submitted it to archive. Okay, well, we will keep digging into this, and yeah, it's exciting stuff. But like I said, I think it has to be tied to non-commutative quantum biology. Um, and like I said, I did a blog post on it. So you have researchers from Germany, France, Italy, Brazil, and the guy in Mexico.